Custard apples are one of India's most delicate tropical fruits. On the outside, they look rough and segmented, with a green, bumpy skin. But inside, they are soft, creamy, sweet, and filled with natural flavor. Before this fruit reaches markets, juice makers, dessert companies, frozen pulp factories, and food processors, it must pass through a careful journey from farm harvesting to factory processing. The process begins in custard apple orchards across warm regions of India. Farmers walk through the trees and inspect the fruit one by one. Unlike some fruits that can be harvested quickly by machine, custard apples are usually harvested by hand because they are soft and easily damaged. A fruit that is too young may not develop full sweetness.
We have a
while
good
fruit
harvest
that is
this
too
year.
ripe may crack,
Yes,
bruise,
the
or
rains
spoil
came
during
just in
transport.
time.
Farmers look for signs of maturity. The fruit becomes fuller, the segments on the skin become more rounded, and the color may change slightly depending on the variety. Experienced farmers can judge ripeness by appearance, touch, and timing. This skill is important because custard apples must be harvested at the right stage
This
for the
basket
market
is
or
almost
processing
empty.
factory. Once the fruit is ready, workers carefully pick it from the tree. They may twist the stem gently or use small harvesting tools to avoid damaging the fruit. Each custard apple is placed into baskets or crates with care.
¿Aquí? Sí, ponla con
The fruit
cuidado.
is not thrown or dropped because the soft inner pulp can be damaged even when the outer skin looks fine. After harvesting, the fruit is gathered at a collection point near the orchard. Workers remove leaves, twigs, and obviously damaged fruits. Some fruits are kept for the fresh market, while others are selected for processing. The fruit is then arranged in plastic crates with enough space to reduce pressure. This is important because stacking the fruit too heavily can cause bruising. The crates are loaded onto small farm vehicles or trucks and transported to the processing facility. During transport, the goal is to reduce heat, vibration, and impact. Custard apples are highly perishable, so speed matters. The faster the fruit reaches the factory, the better the final quality can be. At the factory receiving area, the crates are unloaded and inspected. Workers check the fruit for ripeness, size, cracks, pest damage, disease marks, and bruising. Fruits that are badly damaged are removed. Fruits that are suitable for processing continue into the main production line. At this stage, quality control begins before the fruit ever reaches a machine. The first factory step is sorting. Custard apples move along conveyors where workers separate them by size, condition, and ripeness level. Some fruit may be processed immediately, while others may need short, controlled ripening before pulping. The factory must manage timing carefully because the fruit changes quickly after harvest. After sorting, the fruit moves to the washing line. Clean water sprays remove dust, soil, field residue, and surface impurities. Because custard apples have an uneven skin with many segments, washing must reach into the grooves. Gentle brushes or water jets may help clean the fruit without crushing it. The goal is to clean the outside while protecting the soft fruit inside. Once washed, the custard apples pass through draining and air drying systems. Excess water is removed from the surface before the fruit moves to inspection or processing. Drying also helps reduce unwanted moisture before packaging or cutting. In a modern fruit factory, every step is designed to protect hygiene, quality, and shelf life. Some custard apples are prepared for fresh packing. These fruits are graded by size and visual quality. Workers place them into trays, cartons, or protective packaging. Soft padding or molded trays may be used to prevent movement during transport. The fruit must look attractive and arrive without cracks or bruises. Other custard apples are sent to the pulping line. This is where the fruit is transformed from whole fresh fruit into a valuable ingredient for desserts, ice cream, smoothies, beverages, bakery products, frozen foods, and fruit-based preparations. Before pulping, workers may cut or open the fruit manually or with controlled cutting machines. Inside each custard apple is creamy white pulp surrounding many hard black seeds. The pulp is sweet and fragrant, but the seeds must be separated carefully. In the preparation area, the fruit is opened, and the edible pulp is separated from the skin and seeds. This can involve a combination of manual handling and mechanical pulping systems. The pulping machine breaks down the soft fruit and separates usable pulp from seeds, skin, and fibrous parts. This step must be gentle enough to preserve texture and flavor, but strong enough to separate materials efficiently. The seeds are removed because they are not used in the final pulp product. After pulping, the fruit pulp passes through sieving or refining equipment. This helps create a smoother texture by removing unwanted particles. The factory may produce different grades of pulp depending on the final use. Some customers may want a smooth pulp, while others may prefer a slightly thicker texture. The pulp is then inspected for color, aroma, texture, and consistency. Custard apple pulp should have a creamy appearance and a naturally sweet fragrance. Quality control technicians may check acidity, sugar level, moisture, and microbial safety. In food processing, testing is essential because the product may be shipped to other manufacturers or stored for later use. To preserve the pulp, the factory may chill, freeze, or pasteurize it depending on the product type. Frozen custard apple pulp is common because freezing helps preserve flavor and extend shelf life. The pulp may be filled into food-grade bags, containers, pouches, or bulk packs before entering a freezing system. In a freezing tunnel or cold room, the pulp is cooled rapidly. Temperature control helps protect texture, flavor, and food safety. Once frozen, the packages are moved into frozen storage. Here, the factory keeps the product under carefully controlled conditions until it is shipped to customers.
The flow meter was slightly off, but it's corrected now.
Some factories also prepare custard apple pulp for aseptic packaging. In this process, the pulp may be heat-treated and filled into sterile packaging systems to create a shelf-stable product. Aseptic processing requires strict control of temperature, sealing, and hygiene. This type of product can be used by beverage manufacturers, dessert companies, and food service suppliers. Packaging is another important stage. Fresh fruits, frozen pulp, or processed custard apple products must be packed correctly. Packages are checked for weight,
Bring it back
quality,
another foot.
cleanliness, and batch
All right,
information.
locking it down now.
Even when labels are not shown in the video, traceability is still part of the real factory process. Every batch must be tracked from raw fruit to finished product. Finished fresh custard apples may move into refrigerated storage before being sent to markets. Frozen pulp is stored in frozen warehouses.
Watch the corner, bring it left.
Stored in controlled dry areas.
Okay, I've got it. Move the jack back.
Different product types require different storage conditions, but all of them depend on careful handling. From the warehouse, the products are loaded for distribution. Fresh custard apples may go to wholesale markets, supermarkets, fruit sellers, and exporters. Frozen pulp may go to ice cream factories, juice manufacturers, bakeries, hotels, restaurants, and dessert companies. A single harvest can become many different products through processing. Behind the production line, cleaning and sanitation are constant. Fruit residue, pulp, seeds. And peel material can build up quickly, so machines, conveyors, tables, tanks, pulpers. And packaging areas must be cleaned regularly. Hygiene is especially important when processing soft fruit pulp because it contains natural sugars and moisture. The byproducts are also managed. Skins, seeds, and rejected fruits may be collected separately. Depending on the facility, these materials may be used for composting, animal feed, seed handling, or waste management. A modern processing plant tries to reduce waste and improve efficiency wherever possible. What makes custard apple processing fascinating is the balance between farm skill and factory technology. Farmers must know exactly when to harvest the fruit. Workers must handle it carefully. Machines must wash, grade, pulp, refine, pack, and freeze the fruit without destroying its natural quality. From Indian orchards to a modern processing factory, the journey of custard apples is a delicate process. It begins with hand
From the
harvesting
lush
and continues
orchards
through
to the
sorting,
state-of-the-art
washing,
processing
grading,
facility,
pulping, seed
we
separation,
ensure the
refining,
quality of
packaging,
every
storage,
mango.
and distribution. Every stage protects the fruit as value. And the next time you taste custard apple pulp in a dessert, smoothie, ice cream, or sweet dish, remember that behind that creamy flavor is a full journey of farmers, careful harvesting, factory machines,
The integration
control,
of this
and cold
technology
chain
has
logistics.
revolutionized how we
This
bring
is
the
mega
freshest
processing
custard
tech,
apples to market.
taking you inside the machines that build the modern world.